So, hi Alan, thanks very much for doing this. How are you doing during the lockdown? How are you coping?
I'm fine, Mark. I'm enjoying it, if I was being honest. Do you know what I mean? It's like, look, I'm spending a lot of time listening to music, watching films, listening to books, walking, cleaning, learning to cook, which I've never really done before, which I'm in London a month for the last 6 weeks and been cooking for myself. It's fine, shaving my head, trying to do my beards. Do you know what I mean? So just getting on with it, man.
Good. Well, you started Creation Records at 23 with Dick Green and Joe Foster. It's been a long ride, and I've chosen 3 of my favourite Creation records for you to talk about. First one is this.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Bandwagon-esque by Teenage Fan Club. Great record. It was they were Nirvana were great friends with those guys as well. What do you remember about the record and the background to it?
Yeah. What do I remember about the record? It was unexpected, Mark. I think we thought it was a band that was going to be a bit bigger than Telescopes or something, to be honest. You know what I mean? I don't think any of us saw it coming. Or maybe as big as Slow Dive. Slow Dive are now pretty big, to be fair. But back in the day, they weren't that big. And Fan Club had they'd had the first album. It'd been a Critics record. And I used to meet them at Euston Station. And it was just like these 4 wee indie boys from Glasgow. They were lovely guys and always talked to me. And I thought, cool, nice people, blah, blah, blah. And then they were mates. Norman was big mates with Bobby Gillespie from Splash One. And Bobby went, Norman wants to talk to you. And it was like, we want to come and join Creation. And I was like, right, okay. And so I put them in the studio with Don Fleming, Sonic Youth producer. And I didn't even go to the recording session. I went to the mixes. Usually if I'm A&R on the record, I'm on the record pretty severely, Mark, right? But I never went this time because I just kind of thought, I was making Screamadelica and I was making Loveless, and I had 2 big bands, and that's what really I was concentrating on. And the other bands, I just had to sort of slightly get on with it. I would listen to the mixes, but really, you were left to your own devices. But I was concentrating, getting the mixes right with Andy Weatherall and Jimmy Millar and Scream, and trying to work with Kevin Shields, which was quite difficult at that point. Right? But I got a good record out of him, a brilliant record out of him. Didn't see the Fan Club coming at all. Went up and to Parr Street, which I'm heard is now closing to developers to be done by flats, as in over this Corona thing. I'm told that. I went up to hear the mixes, and they were just astonishingly good. Mm-hmm. And about 3 or 4 in, they played me the record. They'd already sequenced the record. Don had sequenced the record, and also Don got an amazing deal. I wasn't too tight on the deal with Don because I never thought it was really going to sell. So Don Fleming got 4 points, which is what Rick Rubin would get, Mark, right? Yep. Don Fleming's a 1 or 2 point producer, but we let him have 4 points because we thought it's going to sell worldwide 40,000 copies. Nobody saw Teenage Fan Club fucking coming, especially me. And what happened is I went up, and then within about 4 or 5 into the record, I went, fuck, I've got another big band. So it was delivered to me. The only thing I really did right was say, I'll sign you. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it was like, the band made the record. I had no input really into it other than, fuck, it's great. And then once that happened, they got a deal with Geffen in America, and that record, it very nearly exploded in America. I remember I was there about 200,000. I remember going on in, this is right in January 92, we put that record out October 91, and it happened in England. It over 100,000 copies right out the door. It happened in Germany, charted in Norway. It was happening in all these other countries. We did a deal with Geffen on the run up to the record, I think that summer, and Geffen put the record out, and it was selling 12,000 records a week, which is fucking great, Mark, right? And everybody thought, fuck, this is fantastic. And I went in for a meeting with Gary Gush, the guy that signed Nirvana, right? And Gary goes, it's great, but it's the wrong tracks at radio. Now, if you know anything about fucking business, you don't change when you're fucking winning big. We're about to win really big, right? And but Gary took it off the MTV. That's how. At that point, it was really. There was a few, if you got K-Rock, which we had, and you had MTV, and it was the concept that was on MTV, and we were getting battered, doing 12,000 records a week. That was in the ascendancy to these records going up, and we thought, fuck, it's going to do about 1 million copies. This is insane. Gary took it off. This is the A&R guy. Made a video for What You Do to Me. Took it to MTV, and MTV went, we don't like the song. And that was the end of their career in America. Gary fucked it up. Terrible. There you go.
That was the track that actually put me onto the record.
I love What You Do to Me, but it is Big Star, and the concept's more sort of Teenage Fan Club, isn't it? And I think they wanted Teenage Fan Club. They didn't want Big Star. Do you know what I mean? You know.
Mm. Well, the next record we're going to talk about is, you've already mentioned, and quite obvious, Screamadelica.
Brilliant. Great record. They're both great records. I mean, Bandwagon-esque is a fucking great. You got to understand. What's your third record, by the way, Mark? Is it Loveless?
No, it's a toss-up. It was a toss-up between Loveless and Bandwagon-esque. But
all right.
The third, all right,
because you know what I put out? Bandwagon-esque, Screamadelica, and Loveless. Within 6 weeks of each other in 1991. If you put one record like that out a year, that's called a good year. And we put out 3 in 6 weeks. That's how we really got the reputation for being really on it, you know, in the early 90s. Because that changed. I think up to that point, people were like, oh, McGee, whatever, you know, fucking old fruit, fuck off. And we put these records out and we just demolished their opposition. And we became the big indie at that point, you know. And
then I think the following year, the second Ride album as well, or was it in the same year as?
We put out Sugar a year later as well.
Sugar, yeah, and it was album of the year for Q.
We put out the Good. Boot Adley's. I mean, that Wake Up Boo record was a disastrous record, horrible. But they're a good band, and the what was it? Giant Steps. We put that one out as well, you know. And Mark, in 1992, we put out Saint Etienne, the first album.
The Fox Bass Alpha?
Or was it the first album? Maybe it was, actually, I don't know when that Saint Etienne album came out. I'm saying it was the first album. I think it came out in 92, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, good band, good album. Third album is quite obviously, definitely Baby. Possibly Morning Glory shot them through the stratosphere, but it was the first album that we all heard from Oasis. And I'm sure you're fed up telling the story how you met it, or you discovered Oasis in Keen Touch in Glasgow. But after that, you know, what was the process after that? Once you'd met them and you told Noel you were going to sign them, what happened straight after that?
I got them. I met them at King Tut's, and Noel was great. Never talked to any of the rest of the band. And then I got them, Liam, Noel, and Bonehead down on the Thursday after the Sunday. So it was a Sunday, May bank holiday, but it was the second bank holiday. It was the 10th of May, and that was a Sunday night. I saw them. Went back to go to London the Monday or the Tuesday, and I got them down on the Thursday, and they just came down, and it was a great meeting. Me and Noel shook on it. Noel was totally the leader of the band. Liam was just a kid. He's lovely, but he's a kid. Bonehead was kind of just making up the numbers, really. You know, they were all sweet boys, but Noel was completely the leader. You know, was in charge of the meeting. Didn't have a manager at the time, and then you know, we just started. We started working with each other. Noel phoned me up about 2 or 3 weeks later and went, "Do you know Ignition Management?" I went, "Yeah, they manage electronics. Do you think we should get them?" Why not? I think they managed Johnny Marr as well, and he was in electronic. And then they got the good manager, and you know, they had the right label, the right manager, and it just sort of blew up, you know.
Yeah. And then, I mean, definitely maybe it was a hard record to make because it had to be mixed quite a few times.
It was a terrible process. I mean, it's like, we did our first record, we did the first recording, we spent 50 grand with Dave Batchelor at, I can't remember the studio called, in Wales, not Rockfield, Mono Valley. Spent 50 grand. It was tame. It was really like Cabaret Oasis or something, the way he'd produced it. They weren't used to recording each instrument separately. There was no fucking vibe to it. And then we went down to Sawmill Studio with Mark Coyle, and Mark Coyle recorded it, then couldn't mix it. And then eventually, Marcus, our manager, went, "Why did we give it to Morris a shot?" Owen had to go, and they got it right, Mark, you know.
I've seen Noel saying in previous interviews that he wished somebody from the label or management or whatever would have took him aside and say, "Right, stop, have a break." Why did that not happen from Creation's point of view?
I don't know. I just knew there was something amazing there, and I knew we didn't. I couldn't just go because we spent 50 grand. Oh, that's it. It didn't work, and blah blah blah. I couldn't do that because sometimes you've just got to trust your instincts and go, "There's a genius band somewhere in these fucking mixes. We just got to get it right," and we did. You know, I mean, it wasn't even that the recordings were wrong to re-record it, but I just knew they were good because I'd seen them enough times live, and I knew it was a great band. So I wasn't utterly freaked out. I knew it was going to be all right. You know.
If the band were to get back together next week, what lineup do you think you'd get back together as the band?
It'd be good to get to the first album lineup, but I mean that's just me, you know. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think that would happen. I don't think they would have Tony McCarroll back, but who knows? I mean, like it just mean. I mean, even if nobody's in it other than Liam, that would be fantastic. But the truth is, I can't see it. You know, I mean, they're a million miles away from each other at the moment. You know.
And last one on Oasis. Judging by Noel and Liam's current output as solo artists, if you had to sign or manage one, who would it be?
I wouldn't. I mean, it's not for me. It's like I like Oasis, man. Do you know what I mean? You know, to be honest, I'd make them reform. I'd sign them both and make them reform.
You're also managing some great bands. You're managing Happy Mondays, Las Vegas, and Cast. What do you look for when you're going to manage or sign a band? What do you look for in an artist?
I've just got to like it, Mark, really, to be honest. You know what I mean? And think add something to it down the way. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, but I mean, it's just you've just got to follow your own instincts, and if you like something, go with it. You know. I mean, I love managing the ones that I've only managed 3 bands at the moment, but it's great. You know, I love them.
Due to COVID-19, where do you think bands will be back on gigs?
I don't think there's gigs this year, mate. I don't see it. I because number one, it's like, I mean, loads of people, like my son, thinks it's you know, it's going to be all right. We're about to get out of lockdown and it's going to be all right. And it's a bit like, well, it hasn't went away. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, I think it's right. I think we'll all get out a bit more, and then I think, you know, I think there'll be a spike again. I don't think there'll be gigs this year.
No, I don't think.
Even if there's not a spike, who's going to go to a fucking gig at the moment? Nobody wants it. What age are you, Mark?
I'm 45. 45.
45. I'm 59. You're young enough, but I'm verging on that age that you don't really want to go getting it if you can help it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think we'll be back this year. What do you think?
No, I don't. I think everyone will put their gigs back till next year. But I think it's Sweden or Denmark is doing drive-through gigs, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Keith O'Neill, the Cast drummer, who's also the Streets manager, was telling me that he's thinking about like touring the bands he tour manages in camper vans. Fucking great idea. You don't have to get hotels. You put the bands in camper vans and you tour around the country. It's kind of a good idea. I don't know. Yeah. Has he worked out how you do the gigs yet?
Yeah, that would be good. Last thing, your movie Creation Stories, written by Welsh. Is it due out this year?
It might be, weirdly. I think it wasn't going to. It was going to, then COVID happened. And it wasn't going to be. But then they're talking to some big film studio, distributor, sorry, who are talking about buying it and buying it straight up on Sky Box Office and Netflix. Maybe that'll happen. Do you know what I mean? Right. I mean, I would have thought it's next year, but if that deal goes down, then I suppose it's coming out this year.
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah. I've seen it over 6 times now. It's good, and they just graded it, and it's not made for a lot of money, man. It's made for 1.8 million, But it looks fucking great. You know, I mean, it looks really great. You know, and Ian Brender's brilliant in it. Irvin's a great script. Danny Boyle's pulled it together. You know, Nick Moran's directed it. It's good. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we've got good people working on it.
Good, good. Looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah, man.
Well, thanks very much for doing this. Well, stay safe, Paul. Thanks very much. Take it easy.